as much as he needs for a playoff run.
Hey. All right, we're back.
We back live?
Yeah.
Want to apologize for that. We're having some technical difficulties out here, but we are back. We just want to jump straight into the NFL free agency right now. Most importantly, Ryan Fitzpatrick. Gotta love that man going to Washington.
Fitzmagic. How much magic you got left?
All of it.
All of it. Super
All
Bowl?
of it. Not a Super Bowl.
Not a Super Bowl.
Come on, that's crazy.
You said all of it.
Hey,
So what is
he's
he
gonna be going against Matt Stafford in the playoffs. Tom Brady in the playoffs.
So I mean, what do you think they're gonna do though? Because Washington's defense is dominant.
Their defense is dominant. They picked up Curtis Samuels to help him out on offense. I think Gibson is a running back. He's going to get better.
I like Gibson.
I do.
He was a, mid-round pick? He's turned out really great for them so far.
Yeah.
I mean, he was only a rookie last year.
He's a rookie. And then Terry McLaurin. I think that's the same. Like
Scary Terry.
Hey, it's gonna be. Hey, they can do something, but.
Definitely the favorites now in the NFC East.
Whoa, come on now. Cowboys signed the
they've
best
been
free
the
agent on the
favorites.
market.
They've been the favorites.
No, they're definitely the favorites.
They've been the favorites.
You talking about Washington? Yeah.
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 Easily.
They got
They got the great name change, and they got the team set up now.
Jeff Bezos is going to buy the team soon.
This is what I'm saying. The Cowboys signed the best free agent available in Dak Prescott. So
Yeah, the Cowboys are going to Cowboys. Dak will perform, but the Cowboys will Cowboys.
I don't know. They gotta go.
They still got Mike
late game
McCarthy
interceptions, late game fumbles.
Washington has Ron Rivera, who can coach.
He coached while going through chemo all
Yeah.
last year.
And you're going against
Now this man's going to be, not ever having to worry about chemo treatment, not getting IVs at halftime, so he can continue the game. A team's going to be tough. I mean, they're going to dominate the NFC East.
Washington
Even
has,
with the Giants additions,
Yeah.
it's still not going to match up.
Washington has two good receivers. They got a running back,
They got a good tight end.
an on and off quarterback, but when he's on, he's on.
He is on.
A great defense. I mean, the Cowboys have questions on defense. The O-line, will it be back? Who knows? Rip.
No, we're good. Yeah, we're good.
Okay, we're back on.
Okay.
But no, the Giants are a tough play this year.
Yeah, they're tough out. You're not just gonna roll over them.
Saquon probably get hurt again. Daniel
No.
Jones keeps turning the ball over.
Well, he started to cut down on his turnovers. You know, just a
To
bit.
what, 20?
Now they got Kenny G out there.
Yeah, I think the Giants take a step forward, especially
see
with
it.
the coach, because you saw during the season he improved.
I think Joe
He-
Judge is going
Yeah.
to be a good
yeah,
coach.
but I don't believe in it.
He's
think-
going to be good enough to get the job done.
I think you got to give him a chance. Year two with him, I think we'll see some progression. I think he can do it. I think he'll be.
I think he
Tough
might take a
opponents.
leap,
I think he'll take a leap.
especially if
up
they
there,
can.
but he's gonna
Especially if
take
they can
step
keep Saquon Barkley out there.
forward. Yeah.
If Saquon can stay healthy, I don't know how that man even gets hurt. He looks invincible.
He do.
So if he can stay healthy this year,
It's a big if.
that way they can just play around him, and then Daniel Jones can just manage games. It's gonna be hard to mess up managing games when you got Kenny Galladay out there,
I mean, I wouldn't
Sterling
say
Shepard's out there. He'll be a good number 2. They got Evan Ingram,
Yeah, he's still there.
tight end, great tight end.
I wouldn't say he's just a game manager because he does use his legs.
But
Like,
all
he had
he's
that
gonna
one
have
run-
to do is manage games. If they got Saquon out there, he's not gonna have to worry about really leading the team.
It's hard to
Just
manage
do what
it.
you gotta do.
It's hard to manage a game when you're turning the ball over.
Yeah, and then also if they're
Hey,
loaded
if you
on
could
the
just
run,
feed, if you could just feed Saquon all day,
Well, if
you
they
ain't gotta
load
worry about turnovers.
if they load the box and they take the run game away, he's gonna have to do something. Yeah, the team see that early, like.
But
they
that's
take
what I'm
it away.
saying. He just gotta manage when the run's not there. Just manage what you can. Manage what you gotta manage.
Finish what you can. Yeah, I guess that'll be a recipe for success.
I mean, it's gonna be good enough. They're by any means, but
Yeah.
they're gonna be a tough game for anybody who plays them.
Yeah, Joe Judge gave him an identity.
They're a good 7 to 8 wins.
Yeah.
I mean, that's good enough to win the division most years.
Yeah.
Hey, 7-8 wins, I'll take
Well,
it.
Washington looks like a 10 and 16, maybe 9 and 7.
I'd give them 10 wins,
10 wins.
especially
Wait.
in that division.
Isn't this season an extra game?
They're
It hasn't been,
they're voting on that
yeah.
still.
They're still voting.
They
Okay.
should be voting on it this upcoming week.
Okay.
I expect with the drop in the cap and everything, they'll definitely want a 17th game.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I was like, they're gonna want that game.
I would expect them wanting 17 this year to try to get try to boost revenues.
Yeah, more views and stuff, more games.
Something. Then they just signed that the fuck up today.
Yeah, we're dropping frames, and then it's back.
Back on. Man,
This is a mess.
it's tough out here in these streets. Man, what other big moves do we have this week?
I'm about to
Andy
go.
Dalton to the Bears.
Hey,
We do gotta talk about
Them
that.
selling Kyle
Game on.
Fuller.
That's tough.
oh, them getting rid of Kyle Fuller is stupid.
This stupid
The
move.
Bears,
One of the biggest-
all of the moves the Bears have made is stupid.
Okay, there we go.
Bear down.
Cleveland signed safety John Johnson and Troy Hill, the corner. That's who the two people on defense were. I couldn't remember.
Not worth it.
Not worth it.
Nah, not worth it. It's not good enough.
In the division they're in with their defense, they have a good defense. This just makes it better.
Yeah,
Like,
I
you-
guess.
Like at this point, like we know what Baker is. He's like a
He
game
is a-
manager minus because like sometimes he can't even manage games. Like he's very
He
inconsistent.
needs Chubb and Kareem.
He needs
Hunt out there.
Chubb, Kareem Hunt. He needs Myles Garrett. Like he needs that corner. He needed that safety. Like he needs a complete team because he's so up and down.
Yeah, and they're kind of screwed in the playoffs with Denzel Ward being out too. So, I mean, if Denzel Ward can stay healthy for the full season, he's a lockdown corner
Yeah,
for sure.
I'm just saying like with them playing the Chiefs, Ravens, like their defense getting better. The gap gets closer, and with that gap getting closer, if Baker has a good game, it could put him over the top. Because I think the defense is going to get much better at holding teams like the Chiefs, the Bills that are putting up major points, who have good pass options.
Nobody's holding the Bills.
Y'all didn't know.
Bro, they got
Nobody's holding the Bills
Trubisky
this
now,
year.
too. Ooh.
Like when your backup quarterback is good, like that's a problem for the league.
When you got two starting quarterbacks,
and Mr. Trubisky still
I
has
don't know
not thrown
about
a pick six.
starting
Yeah,
quarterbacks.
I think that the backup role is Trubisky's ceiling.
well, yeah, okay, yes, of course he's gonna be the backup, but
But we
he
know
is
that.
Oh, no,
a starter.
if you
but
ask
he's
Brandon
a
Beane-
starter, like
They're bringing in Trubisky for 1 year. He said we're gonna fix him. We're gonna ship him off. He's gonna be a starter next year.
He's
We are going to fix
he's a
him.
career
He's-
backup.
No, he
No,
said
he's
that didn't do him justice. Didn't help him out. He said, "Hey, we fixed Josh Allen. We're gonna fix Trubisky. We're gonna send him somewhere else, and then we're gonna beat him every year."
He's a career backup
he's not a career backup.
I
for
don't-
sure.
He is better than a career backup. He
We're gonna
deserved.
fix him,
He,
then we're gonna send him back to
he
Chicago so they
proved
can break
last
him
year that
again.
he is a starter. He won 5 in a row. They decided to take him out. It's not on him at all.
Who is Trubisky better than out of all starting quarterbacks right now? Name them.
Joe Burrow.
No. no.
Joe Burrow stepped on first game off like he pretty good.
I said career
Yeah, look at
backup.
the Bengals season compared to the Bears. The first
Now,
5
Joe
weeks,
Burrow got killed
Yeah,
halfway
Joe-
through the
Joe
year.
Burrow got killed.
That's not on Joe Burrow. He was single-handedly
We're talking about his play.
tearing it
His
up.
play's good.
That offensive line was awful.
You can argue Trubisky's maybe better than Nick
It looked like the
Foles.
longest yard
Okay,
out
that's-
there on every
See, that's
snap.
kind of disrespectful. There ain't no maybe. Like he took the same Bears team and won more games, so we know that.
Nick Foles won a Super Bowl. Trubisky never got close. Nick Foles beat Trubisky in the playoffs.
But Nick Foles is ready to retire.
I'm talking about right now. Like I get
And
what
we're
Foles
looking
did,
with
but right
that
now,
distinct
oh, no.
team. With that specific team last year, Nick Foles was much worse.
Way worse.
okay,
But Nick Foles is also a career backup.
like I said.
So, I mean, you just had 2 career backups
Yeah.
competing for a starting job.
Chicago has 2 backups right now, and Andy Dalton and Nick Foles, and that's the only quarterbacks Trubisky might be better than.
I mean, yeah.
Trubisky career backup for sure.
Can't agree
I'm
with
not
I
that.
saying
can't say
that
he's
he's
a
one of
career
the-
backup.
I
Like,
can't agree
okay,
with
like,
that.
I don't know where. Here's starter or backup. Like he just floats in here. I don't know where to stack him because I'm like, he's a starter, but it's like, yeah, you ain't my preferred starter. But you just ain't a
Like-
career
All right, so
backup.
here, all
It's a
right,
backup.
let's go through this real quick. Here's some questions. Jared Goff or Mitchell Trubisky?
Ooh.
I
Because
roll with
Mitchell
Goff.
Trubisky's got a starting job,
Yeah.
or Jared Goff's got a starting job.
I'm rolling with Goff.
I would have to go with Goff. I have more faith in him.
I saw more greatness in Goff.
Yeah, I could have
You
more
think
faith.
just because of experience as well? Like he's been able to make a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Like I can't say that he led
He
that
definitely
team
had-
there, but
Yeah, he definitely had better coaching in LA, but I'd still roll with Goff.
I mean, but you gotta understand, he started his career off with a terrible coach. When they were the Rams,
Jeff Fisher?
Jeff
Yeah,
Fisher,
yeah.
like terrible.
Yeah.
They thought
Yeah.
he was a bust. Like they were like, Jared Goff, worst
Oh,
pick. You shouldn't have done it. Sean McVay, he's like, no, this kid ain't that bad. Go to the Super Bowl with him.
That's how he turned on him.
He dusted him off. He was like, I ain't that bad. Went to a Super Bowl like he didn't win. He was like, yeah, Dust got back on. They shipped him out. But we know
bring
he
in
can.
Matthew Stafford,
Yeah, that
great upgrade.
Yeah.
All right, Trubisky or Cam Newton?
Trubisky.
Trubisky.
Trubisky, I'm
That's
sorry.
easy.
I'm
You really think?
What do you
watched
mean
him
that's
this season.
hard?
You really think?
I mean, Cam Newton was an MVP.
I'm talking about right now.
I know, but will we see MVP Cam again?
No.
See,
Well,
the one. Hold on.
considering what the Patriots are doing in free agency,
See,
possibly.
here's the biggest problem with what they're doing in free agency. They're not signing receivers.
That's true.
That's
They're
true.
both position. They got the two tight ends as dump off guys and blockers,
But they
but they don't have
signed-
anybody to stretch the field with.
They signed Nelson Aguilar. I get
They
he
did.
drops balls sometimes, but he can stretch. He can run.
Nelson Aguilar's
He had
best moment was when that dude was catching kids out the little apartment complex. He was like, yeah, I had to catch them unlike Nelson Aguilar.
he was previously with the Raiders, right?
Yeah, he had a pretty decent season.
Yeah, it was
with
a
the
decent
Raiders.
season for him.
His drops went down. He went from like top
But
like
he's
3
also
to
getting
6.
later in his career too.
True, but
They
I don't-
just need to go get a guy.
I like the two tight ends they signed, Hunter Henry, Jonathan Smith.
Hunter Henry, I think is great.
yeah, that's what I think. That's a great.
Go back to the original question. I'd swing for the fences and take Cam.
I would take Cam too.
Maybe he gets.
I
back to MVP
trust
season.
what I've seen from Cam.
Yeah.
Not necessarily for him to get back to that, but I know what he's done.
Yeah.
I mean,
So I know I have something to compare it to. Trubisky has never done anything great.
that's true. I mean, I
Cam's
guess
been to a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I'll
He
take-
had
you're right.
that experience.
I'll take Cam because given he did no off season, coming off surgery, caught COVID. That's a lot to go through in 1 year, like to play football. I think this year he'll do much
And
better.
Edelman was out for like half the year.
Yeah, Edelman was a shell of himself.
It was, I mean, without Brady.
But I mean, it takes like a real man. Like he stepped into like the shoes of the GOAT. Like all we wanted is Super Bowl. It's just like, ooh. It's like you got some shoes to fit. He went out there. He played.
All right,
Yeah,
I got
good.
two other quarterbacks. All right, first one, Tua. You taking Tua or are you taking Mitch?
I'm so unimpressed by Tua right now.
I am too.
I'm just unimpressed. I'm not disappointed yet. I'm just unimpressed. I'm gonna give him another. I gotta see him another season.
Like, if you had to go, if that's it for you, like
Tua, I take
those two guys just one season,
Tua.
you gonna take Tua over Mitch?
yeah.
Get an
rolling with
accuracy.
Tua.
The accuracy of Tua.
Yeah.
Tua's a national champion. I'll
Yes.
roll with that.
I roll with that. And his accuracy is great. They can break off some runs after the catch. They'll do good.
The only thing I'll say in Trubisky's defense is he hasn't been coached since he fucking got on the Bears. Since he was signed, he hasn't been coached.
Matt
is a-
Nagy's supposed to be a quarterback whisperer.
He's
Matt
done
Nagy
it.
doesn't
He's-
like him.
He hasn't been coached. Like
Matt Nagy don't like
Matt
that.
Nagy literally was like, "Oh,
He
this,
is a
this
victim
is
of
my
bad
guy.
coaching.
This is my guy." Does not do shit for him the past 3 years. Then he's not my guy. Let's sign fucking Andy Dalton. Get him in here. Get fucking Trubisky out of here.
Son Andy Dalton.
That man has not been coached properly. He does not know how to like play the game and like match his style perfectly. He was having to do it by himself. That's the only thing I'll say in his defense. So with him going to the Bills, I believe he'll get better.
Yeah, that's because the Bills are goaded. The Bills
I
can
just
develop QBs at this
I just
point.
remember back to when he was drafted. They were like, he's better than Deshaun. I was like,
They
Crazy.
did they trade up?
Yeah.
traded up.
Traded up to pick him
Mhm.
and then Deshaun and Patrick Mahomes go later.
Yep. And
It also
that's-
tells you they can't scout.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's such a fundamental miss. Like, I get Trubisky's like probably more important. He's bigger than Deshaun. He's taller and bigger. So they're like, oh, he's bigger. He probably lasts longer. But it's like, you saw Deshaun Watson go against Alabama twice, win basically at the buzzer to Renfro.
Yeah.
To win the national championship the year before. Then he lost. But it's like, we've seen him at his highest level, and he played great. And you still went with Trubisky, who couldn't beat him.
Yeah.
Trubisky went to North Carolina. Like, he went to Clemson. Like, they played each other. He never beat him.
Yeah.
So
I can honestly see them missing on Patrick Mahomes because
Yeah.
Texas Tech
Tech.
wasn't a great program,
Yeah.
yeah,
and
So, I
they
don't
were
blame
just
them
a
for that.
full air raid offense. Like you expected them to put up crazy numbers, but they could never compete at the highest level.
yeah.
But for folks to just pass up Deshaun
Yeah.
Watson,
So
That was-
with
that was
literally
awful.
his whole career at Clemson
Yeah.
is going to the playoffs.
Yeah.
Like how do you pass on that?
That's the Bears front office for you, man.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just like, what did you see that we did? Because, like, I gotta know.
They were just chase after Russ. They wanted Russ. And it's still allegedly talk that they're still in discussion with to get Russ.
I don't think they have the pieces to move.
No,
They would have to ruin the team just to get Russ.
I heard that they offered them like 3 first-round picks, 2 starters, and I was
And a
like,
third.
and a third or something. I was like, oh,
A third-round
my
pick.
goodness, that
And
is a
Seattle.
lot.
Let's
Just set
destroy
us
our
up.
team to
Team.
get a quarterback
And
and,
I'm
not
like,
have anybody
Russ
for
is
to use.
amazing, but I think if you give up that much, I don't think you're gonna get as far as you think you are.
It ultimately depends on who the starters were, though.
But you know,
I
if that's
had,
Pete
I
Carroll-
had to assume one of the starters would be Mitch.
yeah.
Like you think if we're gonna take your quarterback, we're gonna send you a quarterback.
But then you know they're probably looking for. A
So, but
defensive
then
player.
who's the other starter? Because if it's a guy like Khalil Mack,
No.
you're gonna ruin your defense if you get rid
I
of
mean,
him.
it had to be Kyle Fuller since he just.
got cut? Yeah, they just let him go, so he was probably the one they were gonna trade.
You know,
Is it,
Kyle Fuller was off the team before then. They cut him before.
No, it was after, wasn't it?
I think they cut him before. He signed after, but he got cut before that ever.
And Akeem Trace,
Yeah,
isn't he supposed to be traded? Rumors.
No. Rumors, yeah, but it hasn't been official. He hasn't gone yet.
I mean, he might have been in there, Akeem Hicks.
Yeah.
But I
Man,
mean,
Kyle Fuller,
Seattle
though,
needs
like,
offensive
the plays
line
he
help.
did last year were just so good for them just to give him away like that.
it's gonna be nice to see him on the Broncos defense. Broncos defense
Broncos do have
is
good defense.
tough. Their offense is just
Yeah, they have
Drew Lock. Drew Lock is not the answer.
But just Trubisky better than Drew Lock?
Oh man. Based on what I've seen, I would probably take Trubisky over Drew Lock.
Yeah.
Me too. There we go. Trubisky.
That boy is starter.
He got a job.
He got a job. He's going to Denver.
Alright, so he is the 31st ranked quarterback.
There we
in the
go.
NFL.
He's better than Jimmy Garoppolo.
No.
No, I'm just
Whoa.
kidding. Jimmy went to the Super Bowl.
You might as well just cut that one.
See, hear me out. The 49ers went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You're right. The 49ers went to the Super Bowl. Let me
49ers
rephrase that.
The 49ers went to the Super Bowl. Jimmy G was there.
All he had to do was not make a mistake.
All you had
And
to do-
he did a good job at that.
They were like, look, you gonna throw 8 passes. Just don't throw a
Yeah.
pick.
yeah. Honestly.
Alright, and here's my last QB.
Carson Wentz.
Oh, Trubisky.
Alright, you're done.
No, I take
Hey,
wins.
Yeah.
Hey,
Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I got to see him without
Oh,
Adam
I-
Gase.
Yeah.
I have
Oh, I'd absolutely take Sam Darnold.
Both
Yeah.
a victim of bad coaching, but I'd roll with Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
I think he's shown more.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's had some like flashes of like, damn, you good, boy.
On an all team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, they were just giving everybody
Like, at least the
away.
Bears had a good defense. They could get Mitch the ball back.
They gave up Jamal Adams, Robbie Anderson, Le'Veon Bell, like just piece
Frank
after
Gore
piece.
was the best weapon.
It's like piece after piece. They just throw him out the window, and it's like, what do you
Oh
expect
yeah,
them to do?
Robbie Anderson started showing who he was.
With
Started
Carolina.
playing ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he even with the Jets.
With
he
the
was
Jets,
playing.
Yeah.
That was his top receiver.
Yeah,
They
he
just-
emerged as a real number one receiver,
Mhm.
and then they ship him out.
Mhm.
That was the biggest tank job,
Yeah,
and
Like,
they failed at that. They couldn't even secure the first pick.
That's true. They went out and won a game.
They have the second pick.
Second. Justin Fields.
He's going number one.
Yeah.
He's going with his boy Urban Meyer.
Urban Meyer.
Yeah.
Hey,
I
Hey.
do believe
Yeah.
the Jags will mess around with that first pick.
I like Fields more than I like Lawrence.
See, because I think Lawrence should probably be the number one pick, but that's his first Urban Meyer's first draft pick.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's gonna overthink it, and he's gonna slip up. And I mean, not to say Justin Fields is gonna be a slip up. That
Mhm.
man's gonna be special. But when you should have Trevor Lawrence as your number one lock, I think he'll mess around and take Justin Fields a lot of games this year.
Disconnected again. Oh, never mind. We're back.
But yeah, I expect the Jags to compete with guys.
They are in the AFC South.
I could almost see them as like the Chargers from this past year.
Winning like 5 games, but see flashes of
I mean,
Going
the
on the
amount
come
of times that they had the lead,
yeah
were dominating teams, and then just
losing it.
I could see them losing a lot of close games.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
Maybe
see that.
6-7 win season.
You got a young quarterback, new head coach. Probably lose the close games.
Probably lose about 5 or 6 of those in like one possession games.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well,
Maybe get blown out a couple times just because
Yeah.
they're going to be young.
Yeah.
Did the Chargers finally learn to win?
Oh, they're going to be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Chargers
Yeah.
going to
Maybe
be.
a
They
wild
got
card
Corey
team?
Lindsley coming to play center for him.
Mhm.
That's going to be incredible.
Yeah, like
The
Herbert.
Packers should have never let him go. I would have come up with some kind of contract to keep him there.
True. Because your center, that's
I mean, he was rated
That's
the
their
number
heart.
one center last year.
their
How do you let that guy walk off your team?
Ace. I
It's
don't
the
know.
Chargers.
I'm saying the Packers
It's LA.
front office is awful.
Hey, you can't forget about Carson Wentz either, being on Indianapolis.
He could be a game manager this year, and they could make a playoff run.
Honestly, after watching,
He could be a game manager this year, and they could make a playoff run.
Yeah.
after
'cause-
seeing him on Friday on the Pat McAfee show. I thought that man literally like even he was saying it, he was like, I thought you were broken. He was like, I thought you were like, you forgot how to play football or something. He was like, I thought you were like done. He was like, nah, man. He was like, he's like, I'm ready now. He's like, I got the team. He's like, I got the fresh number. He's like, I'm ready. I was like,
Gotta shed your old self.
With
okay.
that,
So no
with that
Wentz.
offensive line, I'd be ready too.
Yeah.
You could.
He can
Drop
make
back,
he can make
take
the
a nap.
comeback that nobody wanted to see.
It's not that I don't want to
Nobody.
see it. I just don't.
Carson
I just
Wentz is
didn't
going to
believe
be great.
Philly's probably gonna be mad if he plays good.
Philly will be
Philly.
all right.
it. Philly be okay.
Philly will
They
be
know
all
what they-
right because
they
I
know what they
think
were doing.
Jalen Hurts will be all right too. I think Hurts will be a decent quarterback.
Winston and the Saints. What do you think they'll do? With
Do
all
you
the cuts
think
they
Winston's going to start, or do you think?
I think you just go. I mean,
Winston should start.
Winston should start, and I think Sean Payton knows Winston's gonna be his starter.
Keep using Taysom Hill as
as what he's using.
Oh yeah, this is backup. Yeah.
Because like he's making
It's
like
just a Swiss Army knife.
he's making like quarterback money, but it's a Swiss Army knife, and it's like you can't put a value on a player who can run, receive,
See, you
pass.
say he's making quarterback money, but that contract is wild.
yeah. So it's 100 million, but apparently it's not as much as it looks.
Yeah, it's a 4-year deal, but all 4 years are voidable.
Oh,
They can.
Bastards.
It's in a contract.
oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like when you sign up at the gym. No commitments, cancel any time.
So
They can give him 4 years at 140,
Mm-hmm.
or they'll give him 1 year and then,
yeah,
we don't need you the rest of it.
those years are voidable because ain't Winston on a 1 year deal still?
I think Winston is just taking a 1 year deal.
Yeah, 1 year deal. So I think because like if he plays good, the Saints is his team.
Yeah, if Winston's awful,
They keep
Taysom
Taysom
Hill's already
Hill.
got his contract.
Well, do we think Winston's a good quarterback?
I thought he was good before he could see.
I know. 'Cause, like, you
I
look
thought
at
he was
the
good
stats.
before he could see.
You see the stats like, oh, he threw all these interceptions, but then you're like, well, he had LASIK surgery. Like, the man couldn't see. Like, that's a big part of throwing the ball. You got to see. I think those interceptions get it cut in at least half. I mean, at least.
They better be
Half.
cut in half. 30.
Yeah, at least cut in half. And I think the touchdowns will go up from 30 as well.
30 for 30.
Yeah.
That's
So-
one of the greatest stat lines.
Yeah, like,
And he threw for over 5,000 yards that year. I mean,
just, that man's
it
special.
was really just the turnovers that killed that team.
So
Yeah.
do we think the Saints are still a playoff team?
I think they'll continue to do the same thing they do every year in the playoffs.
First round exit.
Yeah.
Whoa, they begin to say.
Yeah, but they always go into the
They played the
playoffs.
Bears last year. That wasn't even really a playoff team.
Yeah.
Okay.
They always go into the playoffs with the expectation they'll run the table.
Yeah.
They do always kind of come up short. But I mean, like,
Get beat by the Rams, Minnesota twice.
Captain Kirk.
hey, Kirk Cousins.
They got
Put some
beat
respect on his name.
on the buzzer twice by a Minnesota team that is not all that great.
Well, the year the miracle happened, that was a pretty good team. That was a pretty good
And that's
team.
because Stephon Diggs.
Yeah, that's a pretty good team.
Yeah, that was
That
good
Minnesota
defense.
team had
Yeah.
good defense.
But then you got to look at they get beat Kyle Rudolph back at the end zone. You
Captain
should
Kirk.
not have lost that game.
I mean, that
They
one,
shouldn't have lost either of those games.
That one, I think that one is more on. I'm gonna say Drew Brees just because some plays he couldn't make physically, some of the throws that were needed, and certain moments just because his body was just older.
Old age.
Yeah, so I think with a younger, like that's what I'm saying with Jameis Winston. Like I know they had to make a lot of cuts to get under the cap, but I think with Jameis Winston getting that eye surgery and that arm, because we know he'll bomb it. I think he can
And he's had a year to learn the system.
get around the system. Like I mean, in those moments where it's like we have to throw the ball deep downfield, he can get it there.
I see a 7-win team with the
I
Saints.
also,
Oh,
who's
this
he gonna
season is
throw
probably
it
going to be
to?
kind of bad, but I'm saying like as it goes on, if he stays there,
Who's he going to throw it to this year? I think Jared Cook's gone.
Michael Thomas is still there.
Michael Thomas is still there, but he's been rumored to be traded too. There's been rumors about him being
Sanders
traded to like
was
Miami.
traded.
Well, they cut Sanders.
They cut Sanders.
They had to though, cause cap. That's gonna be their biggest issue is the cap this year.
Where'd Sanders go?
Buffalo.
Hey. So you got
Oh,
Cole
Buffalo's
Beasley.
Buffalo.
You got
Stephon
Stephon Diggs.
Well,
got Emmanuel Sanders.
like-
What a team.
I'll
Dawson
say
Knox at tight end.
There
I
you
mean,
go.
he
I
was
think-
slept on.
this might sound crazy. Bills favored in AFC over the Chiefs.
I mean, the Chiefs aren't even winning their division.
Chargers.
I'm stamping the Chargers. The Chargers played them last year in Herbert's first game. He found out 5 minutes before the game he was starting.
I'm not betting against Mahomes.
I will. I don't think that team's going to be as good.
I think they will. For sure.
I truly believe their offensive line got worse.
they
Yeah.
got Kyle Long.
Out of retirement, though. They
He-
lost Eric Fisher.
That's what I'm saying. I think Bills overtake them just because the Bills
Well,
overall
the,
team
yeah,
now.
the Bills.
And then the Chargers with Joey Bosa on that other side, and
The Chargers' defense is
Chargers' defense.
stout.
Yeah, but
So they're going to be able to
I'm
get pressure.
taking Mahomes.
They always play the Chiefs tight anyways.
yeah, it's division.
So if they
Yeah.
can even just split those, I think they'll be able to win the division.
Too early for the Chargers to win a division.
Yeah.
Way too early.
No.
Yeah.
No.
They
No,
got what's
'cause,
his name,
like-
Anthony Lynn out of there.
Like, that's what I'm
It's
saying,
the
like-
perfect time to win the division.
Like Herbert splashed onto the scene, and it got overlooked because they lost because of coaching. Like if they had a better coach and they didn't let, maybe
don't
not
have
as
to be
good,
as
but
good
they
as the
still have the
Bucs.
rushers. They can still rush like that, and if you can rush that way, your secondary can be a little compromised because the quarterback has to get the ball out fast.
So you're betting against Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Oh, you're crazy.
Absolutely.
Three years in the NFL, going on to his fourth, and he's already on the GOAT conversation, and you're betting against that man.
He's already got
Yes.
2 Super Bowl appearances,
okay, and he lost one.
and he lost one. That's okay, but he
And that's
lost to
fine.
the GOAT Tom Brady. So
That's cool. I'm just saying I've seen
Hey,
people beat Tom
What
Brady.
happened to Russell Wilson after he did the same thing Patrick Mahomes did the first 3 years?
Yeah, they had the exact same first 3-year thing happen.
Seattle's not been the same team since.
That's fine.
That Super
That's
Bowl letdown is huge. I mean, look at the 49ers. Huge letdown after the Super Bowl loss to the Chiefs.
But it's Mahomes.
Yeah, like I don't think that one equatable. Just
You're putting
Jimmy
too
G
much-
doesn't have
you're
the same
putting
mindset.
too much credit on Mahomes. You're giving him too much credit with an offensive line that is no longer there.
I
Because
like
it's Mahomes.
It's
You can't
Mahomes.
know.
Like,
He's
you can't
proven.
get-
He's
you
proven.
can't get
He's
bullied like that in the Super Bowl. Think that it's a good idea to start cutting guys on your O line, and then think that he's going to be able to do that for
The whole
17 weeks, and then go to playoffs.
Yeah, he will.
He ran 500 yards behind the line of scrimmage in the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
If he does that week in and week out, by the playoffs, he's not even going to be there. They'd be calling on Chad Henne to come in again.
And
Because he is going to be gassed. Only
Just
person
what
on
I'm
that
saying,
team
like-
that can do that, Tyrann Mathieu and Tyreek Hill. The only people you can expect to run that much in a game and not just be gassed.
like if you're just saying like quarterback, Mahomes for sure. He still top quarterback in the league. Like nobody has that
No, the
arm
Chiefs
talent
are
that
just an all-around better team.
Yeah.
With better coaching.
True.
100%. Andy Reid be doing.
And
some
you get the
questionable
fans
stuff.
back in there, the Arrowhead Stadium.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I just got to see the
The
patch. I
Chargers
just got to
are
see the
finally
patchwork.
going to have fans at a stadium.
they
They're going to have fans.
don't even show up.
No, they will have fans this year.
It's a line. I got to see how it looks.
Justin
They'll be just
Herbert's going
fine.
to play. Justin Herbert's going to pack those seats.
Chiefs will be 13-3
Not even close.
for sure.
No.
I don't know. I say 12-4. I think this year more teams
Even then,
can.
the Chargers won't even sniff that. Chargers are a 9-10 win team.
I mean,
I
I
think
ain't gonna
you've got
disagree
them
with you.
flipped.
I ain't
I
gonna
think
disagree
the
with them.
Chiefs
You
maybe.
think the Chiefs are a 9-10 win team?
I think they're hey 10-6, 10-7 this year.
Nah, I give them.
If they have 17 games,
No way.
10-7.